India wants work. It wants a lifestyle. And it wants to see itself as one of the most stable market economies in the world.
Direct selling in India is all set for New India. We have seen young people joining the direct selling industry as an entrepreneur. And if you see the age bracket of 25, they are taking it direct selling industry as a very serious industry.
Today, India aspires to create the Nair Bharat, where dreams and aspirations are destined to become reality. Direct selling, since its inception, has been one of the driving factors behind India's post-liberalized economy. The ease of doing business in New India, coupled with government schemes such as Make in India, Skill India, Startup India, and others, have uplifted the entrepreneurial spirit in the country. With direct selling and its progressive stature, the industry has also been especially aided by monetary institutions via financial inclusion. The direct selling industry is a thought leader and is among few industries who have been a pioneer in empowering women in the country.
So there are about 53% of the direct sellers, they are female workforce in direct selling industry. So it started the supplement income. So the ladies at home, those who don't have too much of option of working in office, they are taking it as an opportunity to really make some supplemental income for themselves.
Direct selling has not only proved to be one of the leading employment and work-generating sector, but also is miles ahead of other predominant sectors in the market in terms of job and wealth creation.
Government is planning to push around 500 million of skilled workers by 2022. I think this particular sector has a potential to provide kind of mass empowerment and livelihood for people.
The combination of direct selling and entrepreneurship have not only helped MSMEs and SMEs, but it also helped in giving growth objective to Indian economy.
So the New India is all about Make in India, fair enough. So what is the direct selling company coming to us for? They've got to go to the big guys. They want new entrepreneurs who are coming up, who want to put up the setups. And so direct selling companies want people like us or maybe others to put up a goods manufacturing facility in India as per international standards.
The Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India, had notified the direct selling guidelines in 2016.
Connecting with state governments for the last, I would say, 10-12 years, if not more, and holding workshops, round-table conferences, one-on-one meetings, to speak to the regulators, speak to various state governments and the centre as well, to explain the difference between what are the characteristics of a good direct selling entity.
The Indian Direct Selling Association, the only organization meant for benefiting direct selling industry, has taken great initiative in promoting the government initiative at a grassroots level.
See, we have seen the growth in direct selling industry in the last 5 years by 16%, and we also see that they are having expected growth by 300% in 2025. So we have also grown along with the direct selling industries growing in the market, and we expect that we will further grow.
The Indian direct selling industry has witnessed exponential growth in the last few years as a result of several reforms by the government.
IDSA will extend its reach and educate consumers, common public about important issues like distinguishing between a genuine direct selling company and fly-by-night operators, consumer protection law and the consumer rights under the Consumer Protection Act 2019.
The strong policy-making capabilities and under the strong leadership and guidance of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, the direct selling industry is on its way to contribute towards a progressive economy and to deliver what the world is going to see as the Nair Bharat.
Good evening. and welcome to today's session of IDSA Direc'T'alk. Yes, as we explained in the video, direct selling will make its contribution felt in the making of Naya Bharat or the New India, a vision which has been promoted by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. Coming on to the company today that we have lined up for you was established in the year 2016 and to its credit is one of the youngest companies to have become members of Indian Direct Selling Association. The company is constantly ranked amongst the fastest growing direct selling companies in India and is currently based out of Bengaluru. You guessed it right, the name of the company is Blue Life Marketing and our guest today is Shri Sameer Nair, Managing Director of the company. Just to introduce about the company, Blue Life Marketing was conceptualized by a group of well-experienced professionals who hold a rich and first-class experience in various domains of running a company like product sourcing, production, operations, management, marketing. So these experienced professionals, when they came together on one platform, Blue Life was formed. Blue Life specializes in innovative product procurement strategy. Now, how this strategy works is right from the time of conceptualizing the product, how the product is conceptualized, how the product is going to be transformed into, or the idea is going to be transformed into an end tangible usable product. This all exercise is done keeping in mind the current lifestyle and stress levels which has become a part of our daily lives now. Blue Life team is highly networked in sourcing unique products from across the globe. The company has a full-fledged scientific teams where the product ideas are then transformed into actual usable tangible products which are then manufactured at the state-of-art manufacturing facilities where all ethos of good manufacturing practices are followed. What I like to call is that Blue Life is managed by what we call RSS. Now, this first R in RSS stands for Mr. Ranjit Dayanandan. Mr. Ranjit Dayanandan comes with an experience of over 18 years in the direct selling industry. Before coming to Blue Life, Mr. Ranjit has been very instrumental in setting up operations of many major multinational direct selling companies in India. Moving on, Mr. Shyam Sundar. Mr. Shyam Sundar is a Six Sigma expert and is often termed as a whiz kid in the field of marketing. Mr. Shyam Sundar again carries a vast experience in the field and of marketing and has worked with several MNCs in India and overseas. Mr. Shyam Sundar has been the source behind the company's unique compensation plan, which we are going to discuss during our detailed discussion. And finally, Mr. Sameer Nair, the founding force of the company. Mr. Sameer Nair has been a management professional for over 20 years, and before starting his own entrepreneurial journey, he has been involved into managing operations at senior level of many companies. So with this, I welcome Shri Sameer Nair. Good evening, sir. Welcome to IDSA Direc'T'alk.
Good evening, Chetan, and thank you very much for having me on this show. And thank you very much for your kind words about me and my team.
Right, so you deserve every part of it. Okay, sir. The first question that we like to ask every panelist, every guest that we have on our IDSA Direc'T'alk. Tell us something about the journey of Blue Life so far, how the company started and what was the thought behind starting the company?
Oh, good question. So, my encounter with direct selling started in the year 1995 when a friend of mine had taken me for a business opportunity program. And I entered the hall. There were a lot of programs going on. People were showing their checks, and a lot of celebrations were going on. I couldn't understand what was going on, and in my perception, I thought, "Oh, is it all real, or is it fake?" I came out very dissatisfied, and then I went on with my life. But in back of my mind, I used to always think that what is this business does for so much energy, so much emotion, so much passion. And in 2011, I was actually called upon by one group and asked me to head up a direct selling company which was 6 months old. And then my learning started. Now, as a managing director, I didn't have much idea of how this business works. Learning was very fast. All I was good in was managing people, and this business is all about managing people. Every step I understood that this business is very clean. In fact, if you look at this business from the billing side, from the commission side, from the product side, every step you have to have a very, very clean and neat process. Because see, if you don't bill, the people don't get their commissions. When you have to pay commissions, you have to pay the TDS. So I understood that there cannot be a transparent business like this. So that is when I thought that, okay, if at all I was getting into an entrepreneurial role, it would be a direct selling company. And then that actually turned true in the year 2016, when I, along with a couple of friends, thought that we should get into this business. And of course, 2016 was actually a golden year for direct selling, because with the push of IDSA, the government of India came up with the first guidelines, putting a stamp that this is a legal business. So 2016 was a year when we started our operations, and from that time there was no looking back. Now there are few things in this business which will really surprise a common man. One is, the backbone of this business is your people. The asset of your business is your people. These people can take you to any extent. Second is the scalability and the reachability. No other business in a short span of time can get you to this scale. And of course, the reachability. For example, Blue Life is there from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and Kutch to Kohima. No other business could take us to this length and breadth of the country in a short while. And of course, the people are distributors, and these people are highly passionate, self-motivated. They are the brand ambassadors of our business. So when we started our business, we always wanted a company which would be a leadership-driven company. And I understood this true potential, because these people can take you to really heights. And that is how Blue Life came into picture. Now, when we said that, okay, we have to start a company, we were looking for a name. So we discussed, and we came to a conclusion that what is that we are going to give people? We are going to give people limitless opportunities and infinite potentials. So that is how we came up with the name Blue Life, because blue is infinite. So what Blue Life gives is a platform where your possibilities are immense, and of course the company's philosophy is possibility to reality. So here is a platform where you can come, convert your possibilities to reality. So that is the short story of how Blue Life was formed, Chairman.
Wonderful to know, sir. And yes, many businesses, they claim that they are the business of the people, or people's business, as we may call. But yes, direct selling is actually the true people's business in its true sense, because the growth of the business in direct selling depends directly on the growth of how many people you are able to associate with your organization or with your idea. Moving on, sir. My next question would be, again going back to the time when the company was incorporated. 2016 was the year, like I introduced, and you also mentioned in your response, when the company was incorporated. So it's almost little over 5 years, or almost 5 years, have gone since your inception. Now, when the company was incorporated, there were already many direct selling, well-established companies operating in India. Companies which were as old as direct selling industry in India is. Companies with over 20 years or 22 years of existence. So how difficult was it to create a space for Blue Life amongst all these established players? And how difficult was it? What actually were your key factors which you used to convince people to get associated with you?
So Chetan, since I was not the first entrant in the business, I think I always had an advantage. The companies which were there for 20 and 25 years, they have really worked hard to establish this industry in India. And I really thank them, because this was an industry which was not there in India. And these 5 to I think 10, around 10 companies. They were the people who actually brought this business into India. They created a conducive environment. They have actually faced a lot of difficulties in the initial years. So by the time I got in, as I said, I started my operations in May 2016, and September we had our guidelines published by the central government. So for me, actually, it was much more in the right sense. It was everything was on a platter. And coming back to the space, see, if you look at India, there's huge potential. You know, when you look at our ranking in the international direct selling industries, you say that we are at 16 or 17. So I'm of the opinion that we have not started direct selling in India, and the opportunity is huge. The country is huge. The population is huge, and of course, you know, the acceptability is started. So the initial people, they have created an environment, and it's not started. I'm sure that in the coming years there'll be n number of companies coming in, big corporates getting into this opportunity, because this business is exponential. You know, you will really don't know how fast you can grow in this, because this is driven by the people. So for us, what happened was, when we started the business, we had our office ready, we had our products ready, we had our compensation plan ready, and then everything was on platter. So whenever you have your house set right, I am sure that doing business is not very difficult in India, and by the sheer population, we could convince. And then, you know, if everything is right, convincing people is not very difficult, according to me. So things went right in the right way for us.
Great to know, sir. And I would like to just remind our viewers, in case you have any question that you would like to ask Sameer ji about the company or about direct selling, business in general, here is your opportunity. Please feel free to ask the question in the comment section of Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, and we'll try our level best to raise the question to Sameer ji and try to get you the answer directly from him. Moving on to next question, sir. You know, usually what we see is companies, they go and get their products patented. You know, if they feel the product is unique, or the product is catering to a niche, let's say, they usually go and get it patented. Now, Blue Life, incidentally, is one company which has actually gone ahead and I think applied for patent, or you know, for its marketing plan or the compensation plan. So what was the idea behind this? You know, getting the compensation plan patented, and do you think this will give you an added advantage over other counterparts in the industry?
Chetan, it is true that we have applied for patent for a part of our compensation plan, the central theme of our compensation plan. Now, as I told you, a lot of thinking process has gone into making of Blue Life. When we started looking at starting our company, we were learning a lot of businesses, lot of compensation plan across the world, and we could find a small gap in most of them. Some were a bigger gap, but what we could find is there was a small thing which people, when we spoke to people, they came back and said that the predictability of income, you know, you are not able to predict the income. You do the business, but sometimes it becomes difficult in a direct selling company to predict your income. So our focus was just to create something, a plan where you could predict your income. Now, how do you do this? That is where our innovation came in. So our business plan has a central theme called the performance bonus. Now, for example, Chetan, if somebody wants to earn 1 lakh rupees in a month, he can actually, in our system, go and back calculate and tell himself that, okay, I have to do this much volume of sale this month. And the moment he does that particular volume, he gets that income. Now, most of the places, this is not there. Now, on the basis of this performance bonus, we have other bonuses which are around. and on basically on various milestones which we have set. The moment you earn these performance bonuses, you have other bonuses which will come, which is also predictable to an extent. So what happens is, sitting at the start of the month, you will be able to plan how much business you have to do to reach your goal. If it is 1 lakh you want to earn, you can plan and actually earn 1 lakh. So our income is predictable. So this is exactly what we had applied for patent. And what happens? See, when you have such a plan with where there is the predictability, then it becomes it gives us an edge over the other companies. I'm not saying all companies. There are companies which are very good plan. But what happens when you showcase something like this very unique for the first time? People get convinced. So that is basically, it's helped us in a major way.
Definitely, sir. And yes, I think this was an area where the companies, none of the companies actually tried to explore. And kudos to Blue Life for exploring this idea of getting patent over a plan. You see, moving on, sir. Tell us more about Blue Life. What are your current product offerings, and how many direct sellers or people are associated with the company? Existing product lines. Tell us more about this, sir.
So when I started Blue Life, we had actually 6 products, and we started with our flagship product, which is called the Detoxification and Rejuvenation Pack. Now, there is a story behind this product. During one of my travel in Australia, I picked up one product there, and I was very fascinated because it was a detoxification kit, which was for 28 days. So you have to buy this kit and then use it for 28 days for weight reduction. Now this product really fascinated me. I came back, years passed. This product was always in my mind. This should be there. So when we were actually working on the product side, this product idea was brought in, and then we gave it a total Ayurvedic touch. So this is our flagship product, Detox and Rejuvenation Pack. The pack has got 5 different products. First 7 days you detox, and next 7 days you rejuvenate. So it's a complete package, 14 days Ayurvedic package, where you do your detoxification and you do a rejuvenation. Now the second flagship product is a soap. Now this soap is, I don't think there is any soap like this elsewhere. It's a handmade, cold process, no animal fat, no tallow, but still achieving around 70% TFM, 15% glycerin, and 100% natural and handmade. So for every product we have added some USP, and we have given some natural touch. Another product which was very close to my heart is our toothpaste, which is straight from Ayurveda. Now, I used to see my grandmother and my people from my native places using the mango tree leaves, and then we have seen them using paddy husk, burnt paddy husk, charcoal from burnt paddy husk. So I actually sat down with one formulator, and I gave them this idea. It took almost 1 year for us to develop this product. Unique, very, very unique product. 100% Ayurvedic, mango leaf extract, paddy husk, charcoal, rock salt, and the best thing is it's free from SLS, fluoride, paraben, and of course sugar. Apart from this, we have a series of nutrition health supplements. As I said, for every product we try to do something different. We have a calcium which is from milk, and the USP is it gets dispersed in 30 seconds. We have a personal care series, and in fact, all our products, if you see, all our products has some uniqueness which we can talk about. And that's all about this business. This business is all about using the product and influencing. So once you use, you benefit, and then you influence others to use it. So whenever we develop a product, we always think in that angle. So the user should be benefited, and of course, it should go to the next level, and he should be able to influence others to buy. Coming to the number of people who are associated with us today, Blue Life has approximately 100,000 distributors registered with us, and we are very, very strong in 8 states and growing.
Great to know, sir. Yes, I think the best strategy is to step into the consumer's shoe. So, so once you test the product on yourself, and there's no test bigger than that. Moving on, sir.
Chetan, what happens is whenever we develop a product, what we do is we try to go to the market, understand, get the feedback. Once I get the feedback, that we try to incorporate into the product. The same thing happened with our plan also. The same thing happens with our products also. The same thing happens with our services also. Because if you see, we have a brilliant service side where whether it is delivering the products, whether it is training the people, etc. Everything we pick up from the market and then we try to deliver it back.
Great to know. So this shows your commitment with the company. Moving on, sir, you introduce about what products Blue Life currently has in its portfolio. So this is a question from one of our viewers on Facebook also, Mr. Ramdan Himbram. He also wants to know, I also want to know, any big product coming from Blue Life in 2021?
So, Chetan, we are actually working on around 12 to 13 products in the nutrition segment. My focus is now on weight management. So we have almost finalized 3 products into weight management category, where it is going to be a mix of products which really works. Apart from this, we are looking at a home care series. So this is going to be a 21-22 launch. We will be launching home care products, which is which the people can use. So most of all these products are in the research stage. A lot of people are working on it, and I'm sure by the end of 22 we will have at least 50 to 55 products in our kitty. Today we have 27.
Great to know, sir. So that's the kind of breaking news that Sameerji has given us. So all the distributors of Blue Life, keep waiting. The company is coming up with more innovative products to grow and to grow your business as well. So let's take one question from our audience. So one viewer from who has joined us on YouTube, he's asking about wellness products. How can we increase the awareness of wellness products to public? And one of the reasons that he's quoting is that sometimes they get rejections from the people citing that they need doctor's prescription. So what is your advice to them?
So what happens, Jitin? See, most of the times people who promote wellness products try to behave like doctors. Now, what I always tell my people is, please don't try to behave like doctors. We are into the preventive wellness industry. Tell people that these are food supplements which normally should have come through your food. Since our lifestyle has changed, our eating habits have changed, that is where we require supplements. The moment you go and tell them that this is a medicine, there will be rejections. And you are not supposed to sell any of these products as medicines. All these products are 100% preventive supplements, which actually should have come from a rich, good diet. But then, we are in the fast food era, and we are in a very fast pace of life. So I am sure that if you pitch it right, not leave the work of the doctors to the doctors, and you only become an advisor. Now, what happens is, this is where the company's training program also comes in. We have a continuous training program for people who actually come online or offline. Sometimes it's a residential, a 2 days program. We tell them what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to tell, what you're not supposed to say, what are the USPs, how you can pitch it. So continuous education, of course, to our distributors, to our wellness advisors, will surely help them to pitch these products to the masses. And I'm sure if the moment you pitch it in the right way, nobody is going to reject you, because you understand the product. First, you use the product, and then you realize that, okay, this has benefited me. You have to share your benefits to them, and I'm sure. And secondly, what happens? Our distributors or our leaders, they sell these products in their surroundings. There cannot be a better influencer than these people in our system. So what happens? Acceptability becomes more. But the moment you get into a doctor's shoe and say that, no, this is for this disease, then there is a rejection. So my request to all of you all are, please pitch the business in the right sense. I'm sure rejection will be minimal.
That's great, sir. And yes, I would also like to second what Sameerji has just shared with all of us. Claiming our products at par with medicines is not only ethically and morally wrong, but is legally wrong as well. Nutraceutical products are registered as food supplement, and this is what you should be using in your communication with the prospective consumers, with the prospective direct sellers. Never cross the line that is clearly drawn by the law between what is a food supplement and what is a medicine. Moving on, sir. Now, of late, in recent years, we have seen that many Indian origin companies now they have started going international. So, do you have similar plans for Blue Life as well? If you are looking forward to an international expansion, so which region is going to be your first primary target?
Of course, Chetan, plans are there. It is not that we'll be confined to India, but India is a huge geography. First we need to cover the entire country. Second, it is not the. It is wrong if you say the company goes to an international location. It is the leaders who take business to the international locations. If you look at history, every big company, the leaders have taken this business to the international locations, and the company follows. So, of course, I have a target. When my top 5 people start earning 100,000 USD per month, 100% to open up the international market. Now, why I say this? Because, see, you cannot go and tell a West market or a East market saying that, okay, I am earning 5 lakhs. Everything is in terms of dollars. So $100,000 a month becomes a decent amount. That is when you can attract people from these countries. So the moment my top leaders reach this level, we will have plans. And by then, I am sure they would have planned, and I will follow them. For example, when we started our business, we had an office in Bangalore. Some good people were doing business in Guwahati, so we opened an office in Guwahati. So we follow the leaders. As such, this business cannot be driven by the managing director or the company or the management. This business is driven by the people. Now, the moment you realize who is in the driving seat, then you grow. The moment you think you are in the driving seat, you go back. So for me, I understand that I am not in the driving seat, but the people are in the driving seat. We have created a platform for people to come and perform. We are supporting them with all what we can do, but it is their business. They grow it. They take it to globe. I follow them. So that is my thinking. Now, of course, if you ask me which countries, I will come back to you, Chetan, because we'll go to wherever WFDSA is there, and I'm sure IDSA will help me out in setting up the businesses there.
That's great to know, sir. IDSA is always there for the benefit of direct selling industry in India. Moving on, sir, let's try to discuss something generic. So, how do you see and rate the future of direct selling in India? And where do you see Blue Life, let's say, maybe a decade from now, 10 years from now?
As I said, Blue Life has been a good omen for direct selling in India. On the lighter note, we came in, the guidelines were published. So I think 2016 was a golden period. From that time, companies are doing good. As I said earlier, we have not even started our first step in India in terms of the market capitalization. The opportunity is huge in this country. So in 10 years, I'm sure this business is going to be a multi-billion US dollar industry. And when you look at a global ranking, we should be in the first three. Now, to get into the first three in the global scenario, I'm sure that India should be doing very, very well. And Indian companies, of course, all the old players, all the new players, and the players who are yet to come, all put together, I'm sure this business is going to flourish like anything. And I have a strong feeling that a lot of big corporates, very, very big corporates which you think today are not in this sector will also come in and take this business to a level which would be unimaginable. And I'm sure all of them will come to IDSA for their membership also. Now, where I see Blue Life, I want to see Blue Life as the fastest direct selling company, which is done a turnover for $1 billion USD. But the actual satisfaction and the actual gauging of my performance, I would say, in 10 years should be that at least 500,000 people should be earning at least 1 lakh a month. That means we have achieved for what we have started this business. And of course, where I see Blue Life, I want every Indian household, I say it again, every Indian household using at least one product of Blue Life in the coming 10 years. Then that means we have done it. We have done it.
Great to know, sir. And yes, I'm sure with the ever increasing, ever growing Blue Life family, you'll be able to achieve it much before the decade, end of the decade, much before the 10 years deadline that we discussed in our question. Moving on to some personal aspects of you. Now, we know you are managing Blue Life, and although you have support, in sense, Mr. Ranjit is there, Mr. Shamsundar is there, but yes, ultimately you are the captain who is taking Blue Life ahead on this voyage. So, how do you manage your schedule? How do you find balance between the personal commitments and professional commitments? And this is a question that many of our viewers would also like to know. They would also, as they are growing in their business, they also know the secrets of maintaining a fine balance between the professional commitments and the family time or the personal commitments.
Chetan, for a direct selling company's MD, the entire direct sellers are his family. So I cannot say that there is personal and private and professional. I am involved on day-to-day basis with everybody. In fact, I talk to people. My biggest strength is people's management, and I enjoy doing it. Coming to the business part of it. See, all you need is the right people at the right place. Luckily, I have very good people managing the entire show. And I basically run a very decentralized sort of business. I don't put my head into everything, even though I have an overview of everything. I have given responsibility to people. I have also given authority to people to do what they feel is right. So my job was basically to manage people, and then of course my basic strength is to do crisis management. So whenever there is a crisis, I step in and I do my best to do. Otherwise, I think it's like any other day. But it is not. This job is not a 9-to-5 job. So you cannot basically say that no, at 5 o'clock I'll go home. It doesn't happen like that. So both are families. So both are understanding. So you basically take care of both on both sides, and then you move ahead. Of course, I see to it that I play badminton for an hour a day to keep myself fit. And of course, I don't miss any of those European football which comes on the TV. So these are the two things which I religiously follow. But otherwise, it's all it's a full-time job. So you cannot say that how do you balance? It happens.
Right, sir. Right. I think once you are dedicated to your work, everything falls into place magically.
Absolutely.
Right. Moving on, sir, what do you think are the qualities that every direct seller should try to develop in himself or herself that really can help him in building a good career for himself or herself? And what is your advice for all those people who they have heard about direct selling, they know what direct selling is, but still they haven't taken that decision whether to join the business or not?
So, Chetan, as I said earlier, my first perception about the business was not very good. So we shouldn't have one thing what I realized is we shouldn't have any preconceived notion in our mind unless we get into something and understand it. My first advice to people, youth, will be get into this business early, not late. I've seen a lot of people, in their late 30s and late 40s entering this business in last 10 years back. It is shifting. Now, we are being able to attract a lot of young people now. But you should actually get into the business at around 22, 25. I'm telling you, it's an assurance by around 30, your life will be settled. Then, there is no magic in this business. Please understand. Please, if anybody says that this is a magical business, no, this is not a magical business. This business can create magics. This business can take you to the heights which you have never dreamt of. But what is important is your hard work. There is no substitute for hard work in this business. Don't take shortcuts. Nothing will happen overnight. You have to give yourself 2 to 3 years time. And I'm telling you, dedicate 2 to 3 years of your time in your life and you will see the change. Now, most of us would have invested in mutual funds, and when they come, they explain us the power of compounding. They say that, okay, every month you invest, and what happens? Now here, we talk about power of duplication. Now today, I work for 5 hours. Tomorrow, I influence 5 people to work for 5 hours. Day after tomorrow, these 5 people influence 5 people to work for 5 hours. All of them working with the same goal, and then you benefit. That's the beauty of this business. Now, what this business actually does is, this business, if you are able to manage your time, and if you are able to guide others manage their time, and advise the others to manage your time, you don't have to do anything. Be focused, at least for 2 to 3 years. Put in the hard work. Do things right. Don't take shortcuts. And I'm telling you, you will never go wrong, because you cannot go wrong in this business. Focus and perseverance are the business. Manage your time well. Increase your productivity. Be focused. Don't take shortcuts. If you don't succeed, you come back to me. I'll tell you why. Because all you need, if you look at history, all the people who have made their life, career big in this industry have done only this. And I've not seen a failure. From my experience, I'm telling you, just 2-3 steps. Focus, hard work, and commitment. Done. Your life is, I'm telling you, at 30, you will be in a different position.
Great to know, sir. Now, moving on, sir, year 2020, I mean, we all know has been tough on many businesses across industries. The businesses have closed down their operations. On the contrary, direct selling companies have been able to perform, well, I would say, in fact, better than many established businesses. We recently released our COVID-19 impact survey as well, and where it was found that the direct selling industry in India has actually grew by around 6%, during the first 2 quarters of financial year 2020 and 2021. So, what do you think, Yuzo sir, worked in favor of direct selling as a business when everyone was going down? Why do you think direct selling was able to maintain growth during this tough times as well?
Very nice question, Jim. See, from the time it has started, direct selling has always promoted, and the basics is you work from home. All your small meetings are done at home. You try to influence people around your home. Then you go to a little more. So work from home was never a different norm for direct sellers. The other industries took some time to get into this work from home culture. We were always in the work from home culture. Now, with COVID setting in, what has happened is the one-to-one meetings have reduced, but our people have been very, very fast in adapting to the new technology. Meetings, Zoom call meetings, and then WhatsApp calls, group calls, etc., etc. They were closing sales, and of course, if you see, COVID wasn't a pandemic. Now it's related to health. What would sell? It is obviously going to be healthcare. So people actually use this situation to spread their wellness mantra around, to talk about their products, how these products can help. So I'm sure. So for me, it was not a shock, because we were all doing this all these years. It is that the other industries have started moving from office to home. We were always sitting at home and working. So it's nothing. That is why you find the industry has not gone down. In fact, the wellness side has grown, because you are at home, you are on the phone, you know people around you. You were promoting your products, which was relevant to this situation. So the business grew.
Right, sir. So just a clarification, but some reason is not pandemic works best for the industry. It's just that the industry is best suited to thrive in a pandemic scenario. And yes, you are right, sir. Even history tells us that even during the I think 2006 or 2007 subprime crisis, when the IT industry and other
2008 crisis,
2008, yes,
it was the only industry which grew.
Yes, it's for the only industry which registered a positive growth even then also. Now you said about in your response to the question, you discussed about nutraceuticals and how people they became aware about their health and a sound health and body system. So as per our survey also, the nutraceutical segment actually registered the highest growth. Now nutraceutical incidentally forms around 55 to 60% of the overall Indian direct selling sales. So what do you think, sir? This continuous growth or increased awareness about nutraceuticals is going to continue in future as well, or do you think this was just some initial euphoria which will probably mature or settle down?
But no, I don't think, Chetan. This pandemic has really created that sort of awareness in people. Actually, fear is the biggest game changer. And I am 100% sure that people now fear, because our generation has never seen something like this before, or the next generation of, I'm sure they've not seen anything like this. So what happens is, once that fear comes in, then people will start talking about preventive medication or preventive products, preventive wellness, because what happens is, you cannot wait for the time for you to fall sick. That was what we did all this time. We have to think of ourselves. When we think of ourselves, we should know, are we getting the right nutrition? If you look at the nutrition industry in India, I say that 90% of the industry was of the country. In fact, of the people who knows about nutrition, the education has been given by the direct selling companies only. Right from the top guys to the bottom guys, everybody in their continuous training to impart, products on, good health, good well-being, and weight loss, etc., etc. All these companies have gone to the people, gone to their home, explained to them what actually this preventive wellness industry can, how it can change your future. So I am sure that this nutraceutical is going to stay here for a long time. It's not a starter. Everybody, even our Prime Minister is now talking about preventive products. Now, what happens? You don't wait till the time you get something. You please start having nutrition products so that you don't get into that place where you have to actually go and find medicines for yourself. These are all time tested products. Most of the products which are there in the market has got a lot of Ayurvedic backing. It has been used over millions of years, and it has benefited people to a large extent. So why wait till the point where it drives you to the hospital? This pandemic has really made people realize that we should think more about our health, because this has created a fear in everybody. So I think that is why the industry, the nutraceutical industry showed a growth pattern. I'm telling you, this growth is going to be there for quite some time, because this is something which you will not forget very, very fast. It is the damage what COVID has done to the globe. I can't think about anything to the same level. So this has really, really affected people, and people are seriously thinking on preventing any other future issues by empowering them, by actually improving their immunity and resisting any disease condition.
Definitely, sir. I would like to again request our viewers, if they have any question in their minds regarding Blue Life, regarding direct selling business, feel free. We are almost coming to an end of the session now, and if time permits, we will be able to take one or two more questions from our live audience. Moving on, sir. Now there has been a perennial debate in the industry. What should be the prime focus of a company on, or what is better, product or plan? In your case, the plan is unique in sense that you have actually gone ahead with the in terms of getting it patented as well. What is, in your opinion, is more critical, product or plan, or do you think there's a vital combination of these two?
Chidan, this is like asking a mother which child of hers is more she loves more. Two sides of a coin, plan and product. Now I have to go one step ahead and say that just by having a good plan and a good product, you don't do good in the market. You should be able to take this to the masses. Now, how do you do this? To a continuous system training. So training becomes a more important part. So you ask me, it's a triangle. There's a product, there is a plan, and there's a training. And you cannot take out even one of it, because there are companies whose plan are good, but product is not very good, no training. Some companies, training is excellent, but there is no plan and product. If you have to find a perfect mix, then you should have a very good product of use, what people should be able to benefit. You should have a plan. People, when they come into this industry, they should be able to make the right amount of money, take it as a career. Third, they should be trained. The training and imparting the information about the product to the masses, that training will become very important. Otherwise, having a plan and a product, it will not help any company. So what we have done is we have done a three-pronged approach. We have a good products, we have a good plan, and of course, we have a very, very strong training system, which basically complements these two things.
Great, sir. Moving on, sir. The last question from my side for the session would be, now what role do you think Indian Direct Selling Association can play, or rather is playing, in terms of strengthening the Indian direct selling industry? And any suggestion, any advice that would you like to give to IDSA?
Chetan, truly speaking, till the time we became members of IDSA, I was not aware of the the amount of activity, the scale of activity which IDSA does. IDSA, its member companies and the executive committee members, the amount of effort they put in bringing this industry to a level is unbelievable. You know, you have to see it to believe it. I have seen all of them working, and really hats off to you all, because you are the guys who brought it to this level of getting the guidelines. Now, from a very unorganized sector to a place where the government has recognized this business, that is the biggest achievement. Now, people will wonder, does IDSA only do this? No. IDSA talks to the FSI, IDSA talks to ICE department, IDSA deals with the legal metrology department, IDSA deals with the RBI. So people don't know what IDSA does. But I'm telling you, being in IDSA, I really salute this organization. The beauty is IDSA doesn't work for the few members. Whatever IDSA does is for their members and non-members. And I'm telling you, non-members are too many. But still, I have never seen a difference when it comes when we do those things. Really hats off to you. And one thing what IDSA should do is they should take these things to the people and tell the leaders, tell the distributors what is that we are doing, what all we do to keep the industry, you know, on a pedestal. And IDSA is not just an organization. IDSA puts in a lot of effort. So my advice to you is, you should market IDSA a little more better, because people should understand. You know, throughout, I remember throughout the pandemic, we were having discussions. You were actually talking to the government departments on Zoom, etc. People don't know this. People don't know. People only know that the guidelines came. I know how much effort you guys have put in. So one advice would be, let's talk about it. We have done it. Let's talk about it. And really, hats off to the executive committee, you, Chetan, Abhishek, and the entire team of IDSA. Really great to be associated with you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for these great words. And on this note, we come to an end to this session. As much as I would like this session to continue, because the kind of discussion that I was having with Sameerji, I was really looking forward to, getting more answers from him. But like they say, all good things come to an end. So thank you so much, Sameer sir, for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining us today for this session of IDSA Direc'T'alk.
Thank you, Chetan, for having me on your show. And it's a real privilege for me and for a company of our size. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And to all our viewers, that was all from our side. Do join us today, tomorrow. We are going to make a big announcement regarding a webinar for the next Saturday. It's in the second webinar in our series of webinars in association with Hyderabad Management Association. And this time, the next Saturday, our webinar is going to be on the theme of role of women entrepreneurs in India. So do book the date in your schedules and join us for that webinar. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.